Hey everybody, welcome back to One Mic, and today I'm here to talk about episode 3 of Paramount Plus and Showtime's Dexter Resurrection, entitled Backseat Driver. So I'm really starting to like how much this show is feeling like Dexter. And if you thought this reboot was going to take its time to warm up, surprise, we're already in full Dexter getting his groove back mode. I especially like how technology is incorporated into this show and how it's a huge factor, both for the criminals and for Dexter. And who, yes, I understand is also a criminal, but I mean, he's still the show's protagonist, right? This episode opens with something familiar and something missing. No classic Dexter theme song, again, which admittedly, I miss it quite a bit. But we do get this kind of like rapid fire montage of what's to come in the next episode. Kind of is in the upcoming episode, what we're about to see. Kind of feels like almost like a trailer to start the episode. I'm pretty sure New Blood did that too. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm sure if anyone's here that knows I'm wrong, I'm sure they're clamoring to do so. But I don't mind it. But it reminds me of one of my favorite shows of all time, Gomorrah. It's an Italian show. I absolutely love it. Got some coverage here on the channel. But Gomorrah used to put moments from the next episode into the end credits of the current episode. And I love how Dexter is now kind of doing something similar, putting these moments from the upcoming episode at the very beginning. Just a cool little different thing that not too many other shows do. So anyway, Dexter's now officially a your car driver. So yes, I'll stop calling it an Uber. They've committed to the bit, so will I. But Dexter's not exactly giving like premium vibes behind the wheel. Like he's got no water bottles. He's got no phone charger. He doesn't do any pleasant small talk, which I mean, I'm giving out 5 stars for no pleasant small talk, but some people don't like that. His first rider that we see gives him a 3-star rating, and he gets a warning through the app because his overall score is 4.2, which apparently puts him like on the cusp of being deactivated, fired. I don't know what you call it within the world of Uber / your car. He also orders some etorphin. That's the animal tranquilizer that he's been using to put people down for years. So yeah, Dexter's back in business. Hopefully, I can be back in business and stop mispronouncing shit. But anyway. Weird cop lady, who we will henceforth be referring to her by her actual character name, Claudette. She continues to grill Harrison, and he handles it, I think, surprisingly well. But she's sharp, like plot complication sharp, like she's going to be a problem all season. And once he leaves, she immediately requests all the surveillance that she can get on him. Dexter has dinner with Blessing. That's the implausibly generous your car driver / mentor / landlord. And this guy, he's out here giving Dexter life coaching tips on becoming a better rideshare driver. Like it's borderline satire how nice Blessing is to a guy he literally picked up off the street during a time where there's a serial killer cutting off drivers' heads, and Dexter just so happens to be a serial killer. But anyway, later, Blessing's wife starts questioning Dexter about Miami. And Dexter's like, how the fuck did you know I was in Miami? He didn't say that. And she admits that she ran a background check on him. Cost her $75. But that sparks an idea for Dexter. If she can run a background check on him, maybe he can run a check on the dark passenger. So he does, and he gets an address. Again, classic Dexter move. I said I've appreciated the watching Dexter hunt piece. That's step 1. Hey everybody, I just want to take a small break from this review to talk about the various other ways you can engage with me on other platforms. If you're so inclined, and I understand why you wouldn't, I am an acquired taste, but you can join the Patreon where you can get extra content like retro reviews, where I review old shows and movies to see if they still hold up today, Mike's Musings, where I talk about shows I'm watching that I don't cover on the channel, or Mike's VOD, where you can commission me to watch a show, which I will then review on the channel. And if you want to engage with me and chat with me more directly, I also implore you to join the Discord and follow the Facebook page. I set up channels in the Discord for all of us to discuss the shows I'm reviewing on the channel, and I also drop new videos in there, so this is the easiest platform for me to share to from my phone. The Facebook can be really fun because I sort of live comment on shows I'm watching, often while under the influence, I'm not going to lie. And I'll also share news there, both about television and film, and about myself as well. So if you like my content, you want to be more engaged, you think I'm charming, or you simply want to show support, feel free to sign up for the Patreon or join the Discord or Facebook today. Links to all platforms are in every video description. Remember to share all my shit to your respective social media platforms. And now back to this review. Dexter scopes out the dark passenger's apartment, and we get another good example, again, of Dexter being on the hunt. He tries to pick the lock, but dude's got a touch keypad. Technology. So Dexter kind of like MacGyver's his way in. He breathes on the keypad, checks for fingerprint smudges, and figures out the code. Slick shit. Once you got the 4 numbers, once you know what they are, it's only a matter of time before you figure out the code. Once inside, he starts looking for trophies, just like how he used to keep the blood slides. And he finds the same indents in the carpet and the milk crates nearby that Uma Thurman's character also noticed. And sure enough, he finds the keepsakes, which is stolen driver's licenses and the wire or whatever it was that the Dark Passage was using to strangle victims from behind. And it seems like Dexter cuts himself on that as well, or he cuts himself on something. That's not nothing. Like, you don't have blood spilled on Dexter, who was a blood splatter an analyst for the Miami Police Department. You don't spill blood on Dexter for no reason. So could be like a Chekhov's Band-Aid coming up. We don't know, but maybe I'm reading too much into it. There's also a subtle moment here where Dexter almost seems jealous of the Dark Passenger and going beyond just the name. Like this guy is like stealing his serial killer style. It's a cool little wrinkle, I think, for Dexter to be like the Kobe of this and still be able to find jealousy within him. But he figures out where Ronald Schmidt, that's the Dark Passenger, where he's going to be next. So he also finds that hoodie, the one that I talked about in the last video that blocks out the cameras. And he prepares to strike. So it's official. The hunt is on. Dexter's got this guy in his sights. Meanwhile, Batista finds out that Dexter's in New York, and he links up with Quinn and Mazuka, of all people, in a great nostalgic moment. I know a lot of people kind of shit on nostalgia for good reason. It feels like a cheap ploy almost right now. Nothing major comes out of this, but still, it was great seeing those guys again. I never really liked Quinn. It was great. It was cool. Like, oh, it's Quinn. It was cool seeing Mazuka again. Like, and he laughed and everything. It was cool getting to hear his laugh. Shout out to Mazuka, man. Like, one of the all-time great, I think, slept on supporting characters on a show. I would not have thought that I would have liked Mazuka as much as I did. And I'm not even sure I did like him at first. Like, when I say at first, I mean like episode 1 or 2 of the original Dexter series. But man, Mazuka turned out to be a great character, man. Really, really great to see him. So back to the rideshare grind, and Blessing ends up giving Dexter advice on how to earn tips. And again, we're all in agreement that Blessing is gonna die, right? Like the show's clearly setting this guy up for tragedy. Like, they're trying so hard to show how friendly he is and making us like him that I've already mentally killed this guy, and Dexter's already seeking revenge. That's where I'm at mentally as far as Blessing goes. He's too pure for the Dexter world. But meanwhile, Claudette tries to piece things together, this time while listening to the Bee Gees. Staying Alive is an appropriate song, I think, to play on a show such as Dexter. But it also is almost like it gives her superpowers, apparently. It's like she puts on headphones and becomes Sherlock fucking Holmes, man. Like, and funny enough, I think that parallels nicely with Harrison, who also uses headphones to be his best self while he's dismembering bodies. So I guess music equals clarity for the both of them, apparently. Helps them reach their A game. So Claudette retraces Harris's steps to the kitchen where Ryan was butchered. No bloodstains, thanks to Dexter, but she notices the floor drain, which is the same thing that I had a concern about when Harrison did it. Like, man, wash all that blood down the drain. You better hope nobody looks down there. She even clocked that the trash bags had the different knot styles, which is a clever callback to what helped her identify the body bags at the dump site in the first place. And so to me, that just shows me that this episode in the show is paying attention to a lot of the little things that lesser shows might ignore or forget about. So I think that bodes well for the season going forward. As it stands, my only real plausibility issue is the kindness of Blessing. Other than that, they seem to be kind of like tightening a lot of shit up. But Harrison, meanwhile, he's on what I think she thinks is a date, but he doesn't think it's a date. But he's on a non-date with Elsa. That's the girl who also works at the hotel, who's been giving him like rooms to stay in and whatnot. He seems oblivious to the fact that she likes him, as I was at that age, as I still am now. Like, I wouldn't know if somebody liked me. She tells her that Ryan's murder wasn't his fault, which it very directly was. And she also shares that her kid was from a one-night stand, which is a big hint to Harrison that he missed and he remains clueless. But hey, he's Harrison, man. He doesn't know shit. Dexter's kind of clueless, too. He's not good with interacting with people. He misses that kind of stuff, like father, like son. But then Claudette returns. She calls out Harrison's fake one-night stand story that he had, that was essentially serving as his alibi. And she calls it out right in front of Elsa, who storms off and says that she thinks that he murdered Ryan, which, I mean, he did. And her whole theory is spot on. Like, she's got it all figured out. Everything is correct, right down to the lid on the toilet seat back being on the back of the toilet being the murder weapon. She's got everything figured out. She and her partner, who the partner has been very, very background. I don't even know if this guy has a name. Not if they've said it. I don't even know if he has a name. He might just be background partner guy. But they offer him a deal if he confesses. They offer him a deal if he confesses, but all he confesses to is just living at the hotel. And now we get to the climax of the episode, and this is what I've been looking forward to. Classic Dexter. He's got his murder thermal on. He's got his syringe prep. He's ready to go. So he picks up Ronald. Again, that's the dark passenger. And predictably, things go sideways. The syringe drops to the floor. Ronald gets the upper hand. But eventually, Dexter regains control and sedates him. And props to Dexter for wearing that thick-ass turtleneck because, and interestingly enough, I missed that the first time. I'm watching the episode. It was mad late, probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was fucked up, man. Like, and I was with it. I had my notes for the whole time, and I was with it for most of the episode. But like for that last 10 minutes, I felt kind of like, maybe 10, 15. I don't remember how many minutes. But this scene, I kind of felt like I wasn't clear enough on it. So I watched it again the next morning, and that's when I noticed the turtleneck. I didn't notice the turtleneck the first time. And I thought that was brilliant. That was a smart move by Dexter, but most importantly, a smart move by the writers. Like, just to think of that, to have something thick around your neck, knowing that the guy's going to try to choke you from behind, shows that Dexter's thinking, shows that the writers are thinking. On the table, Dexter goes to his usual spiel, you're a piece of shit and you did all these things. He's back in his element. Until Ronald asks if Dexter is the person who left the invitation at his place. Dexter has no clue what he's talking about, but we know that Uma Thurman's character left that invitation there. We also learned that she left money as well. I don't know if we knew that at the beginning or if we find that out now, but I found that out now because if it was mentioned in episode 1 or 2, I missed it. Ronald then reveals his motive for killing rideshare drivers. It's that they put his taxi driving father out of business. And after I've spent most of this video complimenting the writing team, that's got to be the sorriest and mentally lazy motive that they could have possibly come up with. And Dexter calls it out too. Dexter's like, that's bullshit. None of these people had anything to do with what happened to your father. You're just projecting your issues on these unrelated people and killing them. So it's time for this guy to go. Dexter does his classic knife to chest move. We cue the classic Dexter music, the music that plays during the end credits in the original series. Love it. Love to hear it. Dexter then reads the invitation that Ronald received. It's a dinner for like-minded individuals to share their craft. He also finds the money, which Ronald claims to have not spent any of yet. And I feel like Dexter should just pocket that. Like, nobody's going to miss that. It went to a guy who's dead, and it's not even clean money anyway. I don't know. Dexter should just pocket that. More importantly, the invitation includes a location, so now Dexter knows where to go next. And I like the setup for the next episode, right? Like, we now know Dexter's got a location for this serial killer meet cute that's happening. Dexter's going to go to that, and he's presumably going to go pretending to be Ronald. So I don't know if that would work necessarily, because I feel like Uma Thurman's character should know what Ronald looks like, but maybe not. And she was good enough to find his apartment just like Dexter did, so maybe she does. But he burns the body in this like no man's land corner of New York that he claims the NYPD don't even go to. But then, surprise, the invitation also, and I don't know how he didn't read this on the original reading of the invitation, but he goes back to read it again the second time and then notices that it requires a thumbprint for entry. So he has to quickly salvage an arm from where he's burning the body at so he can cut off a thumb for entry, and then that's where the episode ends. So this episode had a great mix of classic Dexter vibes with some genuinely smart writing and callbacks, if not a couple of minor and one major issue. But, from the investigation details to the parallels between characters, it's clear the showrunners are trying to bring back the original magic while laying down the groundwork for something new. And next week we got dinner with killers, nice little serial killer meet cute. So it should be fun. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out all my other Dexter content. I've covered New Blood here on this channel, and I will see you guys next week for episode 4. Till then, peace.